What's up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and we are here today with the review for The Oval on BET Season 4, Episode 7, you guys, I believe. The episode is titled Hook, Line, and Sinker, you guys. So before we go ahead and get into this review, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel, and you guys aren't yet subscribed to the channel, then I need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning on your post notifications, and sharing the video, you guys. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let's discuss The Oval on BET, shall we? All right, you guys. So you might notice that it's not as light as it normally is. That is because my ring light just decided it wants to give out on me, so it's no longer working. But this episode, you guys, it was not a good episode to me personally. It was just a whole long episode of a bunch of back and forth. So this episode picks up where the last one ended, and that was with Bobby, Lily, and Donald. You guys remember that Bobby had the gun to Donald, right? Donald finds it funny. And you know, Bobby is telling Lily, like, hey, come with us. She says no. Now this scene right here was just a long back and forth. Literally, it was a long back and forth. He asked her how she was doing. She says she's fine. He told her to come with him. She says no. He repeatedly asked her, come with me. Donald even at one point said, she's not coming with you. Lily, come with me. He says, man, you have asked, now you're begging her. I was like, exactly. You're begging, and I don't like this. Like I said, it was a big, long back and forth of, come with me, Lily, I'm staying. Come with me, Lily, I'm staying. It was like, oh my God, why are we doing this? This makes no sense to me. Like, I was really confused as to why we were doing that. So then, once Bobby eventually left, Alonzo called Donald to tell Donald that they are getting a motorcade ready for the first lady who's going to be coming over to his home, right? So Donald told Lily, get yourself spruced up. We about to have company. So that's what she's going to do, right? So then he told Alonzo that you and I, when you get here, we got to have a conversation with each other. I was like, about what? Is this about him taking Hunter? I was confused. If you guys know, chime in the comment section and let me know. So then next up, we have this scene with Jason, right? So you guys remember in last week's episode that Jason was telling not Donald, but Sam and Richard that it was his dad who, you know, did what he did to Jean and what happened to Denise, saying that the reason that Hunter did it is because Hunter likes to get high on drugs. And when he gets high, that's what happens, right? But meanwhile, Richard and Sam know what's going on, right? So Jason tells Richard and Sam, like, hey, I want to go home, right? And he says, they say, no, you can't go home because you're not safe. And then he's like, what are you talking about? So they tell him, hey, you know, we switched you out with another kid who looks like you. I was like, how in the hell did y'all switch him out with somebody who looks like him? Do you realize that you're saying somebody who looks like him, that means that would be his twin? Child. Because y'all trying to say that this boy looked exactly like Jason? How? So, I mean, unless he has a doppelganger out there, but no. So, yeah. Then they left out the room with him. They were talking to the other guy who is watching Jason. It was a long back and forth of nothing. So let's pause here and let's move forward, you guys. All right, you guys, here's another very, very long scene. Like, now this, when I say that this scene was long, this was long. So you guys remember I told you that Victoria is going over to Donald's house, right? So she wanted the motorcade ready for her. So Alonzo has gotten the motorcade. So she's talking to Alonzo. She's telling Alonzo to call Kyle down. So he calls Kyle down, right? So then she asks him, well, what is that fragrance? He says, we can't wear perfume or cologne. She says, come here, let me smell your hair. So she smells his hair, and when she smelled his hair, she says, now why does my husband's hair smell like yours? He says, oh, because I gave him a hat because we were out in the sun. I was like, say what now? Say what? Huh? Made no sense to me, but I was like, okay, if that's what we gonna go with, let's go with it, right? But Victoria calls bullshit, right? So then Kyle came in and I don't know why Tyler feels the need to write this this stuff into the episode. It's okay. I mean, God, we know that Kyle and Donald are gay, but does she have to do the Veronica thing and call them girl? Because that's what she does, is calling them girl. It's just like, ma'am, girl, you stop. So she's telling Kyle to come with her, right? So they go to the motorcade. She says, you ain't gonna hold a bitch purse? I know you like a girl. I was like, oh my God, if she say girl one more time. So while they're in the car, she at one point showed him a picture of Hunter's dick, and she's like, oh, you got happy about that girl. I was like, hun, this girl. So then she also says to him, she shows him the file that Eli showed to, Bobby, Max, Richard, Sam, Priscilla, Nancy, and Sharon, right? So she's telling him that they're all on board. He was like, no, they're not. I was like, he might be right. I don't believe that anybody really, truly, 100% believed what Eli was saying. I think that they just went along with it just to go along. And it's basically what she's telling him. Go along, because Max and Bobby, they're going to be around. So I need you to squash this shit with Max. So let's pause here, you guys, and let's move forward. All right, you guys. So next up, we see Bobby and Max. So Bobby joins Max at a bar, right? And he's still upset about Lily. So Max tells Bobby, let it go. And me and Bobby both said at the same time, let it go. What about Kyle? Because he says he ain't letting that go. I was like, okay, well, if you ain't letting that go about Kyle, why should he let this go about Lily? So he's telling him that Lily didn't want to come with him, and how he believes that maybe Donald has something over her. It ain't that he has something on her, it's that he's leveraging the life of her mother. Ooh, that's terrible. So, they're going to go back to work with the White House. They're going to be, Eli's detail. Now, we know how Hunter is. We know Hunter likes drugs, black women and Latina women, right? And Bobby was like, no, we're not using Blakely. I was like, we not? First of all, where in the hell is Blakely? We have not saw Blakely or that other guy that was working with them. We haven't saw them since last season. Where they at? Are they still with us? Because we really haven't saw neither one of those two. But hey, literally, we really haven't saw them. I just thought about that in this episode, that we ain't saw Blakely nor the guy that they were working with. So what they want to do is they want to talk to Sharon instead of Blakely. I was like, why would you do that? What Max's plan sounded feasible, because Max was saying, like, why don't we get somebody who is, trained, an officer, a FBI. Y'all want to go get Sharon just because Hunter likes her. So y'all want to put Sharon's life at risk. Wow. So then we see Nancy and Sharon, they're having dinner, right? So Sharon is looking over her shoulder, and Nancy's like, what's wrong? Sharon is worried about Hunter coming back, and honestly, I don't blame her. Hunter abuses his power as the president of the United States. He hasn't done anything since he's been in office but want to have sex with women and do drugs. That is all we've saw Hunter do. And I don't even know how many days he's been in the office at this point. So Nancy is also worried about Barry because, she hasn't heard from Barry. So Richard came in, right? And Priscilla said, not Priscilla, but not Sharon. Nancy said she hadn't heard from Barry. And then, Richard told her that Sam is tracking his phone, right? So she went up to call Sam. So Sam told her that, he's tried to track Barry, but his phone is off. She's like, his phone isn't off. I'm like, I don't think he means like disconnected. I think he means that it's turned off. He said, so hey, when you called him, did it ring? She says, no, it went straight to voicemail. I was like, that means it's turned off, not disconnected. connected. Doo doo doo. The number you have dialed has been disconnected or changed. Please dial your operator. Like, it doesn't say that. Switch. What does it say? It says switch something. But yeah, it doesn't say that, Nancy. It just goes to voicemail. So that means his phone has been turned off, right? So then Priscilla came in. Can I be real with you guys? With this thing with Priscilla, I actually went to sleep. So I don't really know the logistics of what happened. But I know that they were talking about Agent Grip. So it sounds like to me, Agent Grip has had his own issues before. And Donald knew about it because Sam was like, I told him he has mental health issues. He has PTSD. And y'all still employed that mother? Okay. I guess. Oh, we really got to get a new ring light because I can't deal with this. This ain't gonna work for the kid. So where we at now? So, yeah, some hair in my mouth. This is the part where I went to sleep, you guys. Because I know Priscilla was asking Sam, had he slept with any other women besides the first lady? He says no, she don't believe him. I don't care. Let's pause here and move forward. I hope I'm wrapping up. Yes, thank you, God, I'm wrapping up. All right, you guys. So to wrap up this episode, so Victoria, she finally made it over to Donald and to Lily's home, right? So she shows Donald the same thing she showed to Kyle, right? And then she's sitting with Lily. And Lily made mention that she wasn't feeling good, you know, that she had gotten shot. And Victoria found it funny. And she was like, you find domestic violence funny? I was like, unfortunately, she does. I mean, the way her and Hunter fight, yes, she finds it funny. So Victoria wanted something to drink. Lily, she started clapping it, and she was like, what are you clapping for? Where's the help? I was like, the help? Jesus, why do y'all say that? She was like, we don't have staff at this time of night. She was like, oh. So then she looked at her, and Lily was like, bitch, I know you're not looking at me to go and get it for you. You better go do it your damn self. So then she talks to Donald. She's telling Donald, you know, that everybody else is on board, and you need to get Kyle on board to not go after Max and go after Bobby. And, you know, Donald's like, yeah, girl, I got it. And once again, she keeps saying girl to them. It's just like, oh my goodness gracious alive. So, Lily went outside. She took a cigarette break, right? So, you know, Donald released Kyle. He says, I don't have a car, sir. And he says, get one of the cars in the garage. So he goes out to the garage and he is antagonizing Lily. And I'm like, leave her alone. Asking her why she's still here. Obviously, your boyfriend still wants her around. He still finds some use from Lily. So leave her be, right? So then he gets into her car and he leaves. Now, y'all, here's where this scene got really weird for me, right? Mind you, we see him in this scene. He's just getting in the car. And then we see him not even 5 minutes later. We see Alan and we see Dale, who are in the woods. They're arguing with each other. And then guess who shows up at the last few seconds of the episode? You guessed it, Kyle, to where Alan and Dale are. I was like, how did he just get from Donald's and Lily's place to where those two are? I was so confused. I was utterly confused, you guys, but that's the episode. Like I said, it wasn't much to it. If I left anything out, we can discuss it in the comment section below, but that's it. Like the video, you guys, subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notifications, share the video, you guys, and until the next time, stay safe out there. Take care of yourself, you guys. Wash your hands, wear a mask, socially distance, be blessed, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.